This is Giva. Giva.
Hi, wonderful people. My name still remains Giva, and welcome to another amazing episode on This is Giva. And before I introduce you to my special guest today, I want to use this medium to bring to your attention the Blessing Production streaming platform. The Blessing Production is actually a place where you could distribute your music content, video content, audio content. It's a distribution platform for upcoming artists, fast rising artists, already made artists also. And you need to just visit them to see how amazing their offers are. We also do promo in time of adverts for fast rising artists. So I will urge you to please go check them out. So on today's amazing edition of This is Giva, and remember, I'm still your one and only favorite host, Giva. So on today's edition, I have a man of God, a pastor, a very handsome man as that, and I'll let him introduce himself to the house. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Pastor Ologbonjaiye Micheal, the resident pastor of Living Faith Church, Winners Chapel, GRA, Suleja, here in Niger State.
Wow, welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Sir. Welcome, sir. I hope there was no traffic on your way coming down.
Not at all.
Right, pleasure meeting you. Like you heard him, he's a man of God. So, you know, we all need God in our life, and we all need spiritual fathers to guide us. So, if you do, you have one amazing man here with me who is handsome, and don't mind me, he's married. So, so welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
I'm really happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Being a man of God, you are. How has this journey been so far?
It has been amazing because, you know, just like every career, there's always a rough patch when you are starting.
Yeah, definitely.
And when it comes to the things of God, no compromise can be made. It's either it is God or it is not God.
Oh,
so
yes.
if your source is not God, I can tell you just a matter of time.
Sure.
The source person will fall by the way. So
Sure.
there are seasons of wilderness, seasons of build up, where there might be serious famine, no food to eat, no water to drink,
Definitely.
and all those sort of things. And in respect of that, you still have to keep your gaze on God only, because only Him can bring that which you need.
Sure.
So the journey has been amazing. And we bless God that it's not like yesterday.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, like you said, it can only be God. Like I used to say to my people out there, if God is your source, then you sure do have a good plug. So don't do anything without God. Let Him be the starter and the finisher of your faith. And there's nobody with God that loses, like I know.
Yeah.
So, sir, there's this amazing question that has been kind of giving me concern, and it has to do with our generation of today.
Yeah.
A whole lot of things is, I wouldn't want to be negative, because definitely, yes, there are ups and downs, like you said.
Yeah.
It has to do with relationship. I know and understand, even though according to Yoruba,
Of course.
those that doesn't understand Yoruba, I wish my editor will do a translation for you people to get carried along, because there is no way there is anybody without history, and history is one of the reasons why we have a kind of guidelines to whatever we're doing in life, because your history tends to guide you, tells you where you're coming from, and helps motivate where you're going to, or helps structure where you're going to. So definitely it has to, my question actually boils down to the fact that relationship these days, sometimes I kind of wonder, during our mothers' era, they tend to be more obedient. They listen to their husbands, which is our fathers, and break up hardly happen during their days. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. But these days, relationship kind of baffles me. You see someone who is in a 3-month relationship or 6-month relationship, before you know, it is yam scatter pepper enter. I don't know how to put that phrase. Basbos here and there. You see people married for 2 years, before you know there's a fallout. And I don't know what can be the cause of this kind of episodes we are having, and what is the possible solution to curb this menace? Because for me, I don't think that is what relationship should be about.
I think to this life, you know, the Bible says if the foundation can be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Everything has to do with foundation. Even though our parents, they were not these educated in time of what we call education today. But one thing is that education doesn't have to do with the 4 walls of classes.
Yeah, sure.
You don't say because I study biology now I'm educated. No. No matter the certificate you have, if you don't take into learning of what society is about and the value you have to add to the society, then you are not educated. Such person is still an illiterate. If at the end of all your 4 years in the university and in all of it there is your education cannot impact you towards societal value, then you are still an illiterate. So in those days, even as much as they are not educated, one thing they uphold is that they know the 4 values and the 4 corners of every society. So you can see a parent that will understand, okay, if this girl do something like this, it brings a shame to the family. So as she's growing, she understood the heritage of the family. The lady understood that, okay, this is the standard of what the society needs from me. So in that, you can see that even the lady herself will be able to bring the man to the structure that the family has built her to be. So in those days, they don't bypass those structures. If you want to marry a woman, and that's why sometimes it feels as if in the other days they marry more lately than us. It's because they don't want to bypass those structures. They know the time for everything. Before the lady can say that I'm married to this person, the father would have talked to the guy, know what the guy stands for, know what the daughter stands for, and see if there's any correlation between them before they go ahead. But these days, before they even come to the father, they've accepted in their midst that we are getting married. Not anybody can do about it.
Sure, you're right, sir. So, sorry, sir, we want to go in a short break right now. When we're back, you get to be hearing from the man of God again. What are the possible solutions for those that have found themselves in this kind of problem? You dating or having a relationship less than 6 months, maybe you don't have the managerial skill to continue. Let's go on this short break and we'll be right back. Remember, I still remain your host, Giva, on This is Giva.
Only for beats. Legendary producer.
I know baby from the sand, oh na na na. Me I know the sand, oh na na na. Oh na 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 na. I know baby from the sand, oh na na na. Me I know the sand, oh na na na. Oh na 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 na. I know the care, I know the fear. I know the sand, I know the care. I know the send, I know the fear, me could tell them. I know the care, I know the send, me could tell them. Say I have to face my fears. Even my fears don't they fear. Say the future's really near. Then they act like they don't care. Nobody really knows. I'm giving God all the glory. Hey, me bad boy, call me up, come on me.
Yeah, welcome back to This is Giva, and I still remain your number one host, Giva himself. And still here with me is a man of God, Pastor Mike.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us on this episode. We're really honored to have you here.
Thank you very much.
So, like we were saying earlier, sir, we still want you to educate the viewers at large on what should be done and how can we both manage ourselves so that we will have long and lasting, fruitful relationships that will even be leading to marriages that people in the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50, or even 100 years can do anniversary and say, yes, 100 years anniversary together, God permits.
Starting from that, I think the parents also have a big part to play in this because they are the first actionic example.
Yeah.
Every parent is the first mentor every child lives to have.
Yes.
So on the lifestyle you see your parent lives is the first example for you as a person. So when you come from a home where you see the value, you want to recreate that same value. Mm-hmm. And the Bible says that train up your child in the way it should go. If they becomes an adult, they will not depart from it. So,
sure, definitely.
And if a child have that kind of upbringing, then it is not the responsibility of the child to learn now. And we live in a world of pride now, where people feel like I have my life to live.
Sure,
my parents, they can't determine to me what I want to live. And a social media type of life where someone who is living a fake life behind the scene will come outside and tell you this thing is working, even while behind the scene is wrong, and then you copy the person's life, and then you feel that there's a life to follow. It is not.
It is wrong.
It is not. So you look at the biblical standard for marriage, and that is why I'm going to say this: don't marry who you love, but love who you marry. In the sense that you can love a lady and yet she's not the right person to get married to.
I think I love that word. Don't marry who you love.
Yeah.
Love who you marry.
Yeah.
That's
The lady can be who you love. Yes, you can be die hard for her, but she might not really be the person to get married to.
Okay.
Because that person you love might not be a submissive person.
Okay. So I've seen situations whereby majorly the man, let me say the man, is kind of bitter because okay, let me use a case, a scenario I witnessed, I think weeks back. There's this particular guy who is extremely bitter because he feels the woman is not the listening type. Like he feels she is trying to be competitive in the relationship, and it is kind of worrisome that as a man you want to know that, you want to believe that yes, you're supposed to be the head of the family. You're supposed to say, ma, we are doing this and we are doing it. But these days a lot of ladies tend to be in that competitive state, like you can't tell me what to do. What's your take on that, and how do we kind of eradicate this kind of mentality?
I think at first on that, the man must first actualize whom he is. When you know who you are before going to marriage, you have your standard. That whosoever is coming to you, right from courtship, that's why we have the courtship. Look at the lady, is she listening to you even while they were in courtship? For instance, how will my lady travel and then I'll call you on phone and you tell me I'm so place, why I didn't know when you even moved there? So it shows that you can even come to marriage and I can just call you one day and somebody tell me my wife is out of town. So it shows somebody who is not in order. So and such person, if the person is not ready to be submissive, you will find it very, very difficult. So if you marry from the biblical perspective, the wife is not even actually mandated to love in the first place. What the requirement of whom is to be a wife is submissiveness. So when a woman is not submissive, irrespective of every other attribute that she might have, it will be an error in the marriage. And once the marriage starts cracking, that's another big problem. Once there is a crack, for instance, if you build a house and the house have a crack, until the two is ready to buy cement, call a bricklayer and fill up that crack, it will crack the more. So when there's already a problem in marriage, the best thing is to do is that the two must be able to come back to the center and agree that I've made a mistake. You have made a mistake. Now, what is the possible solution? Oh, you have to be submissive to me. Okay, I heard you. I'll be submissive to you. So when they can take that bold decision, because if that bold decision is not being taken, it's a matter of time. The man might actually love outside and inside.
Yo, so true, so true. I want to believe my viewers out there have actually learned a whole lot from my pastor, a man of God, Pastor Mike, and I must say it is truly an honor having you here today.
Thank you very much.
I really wish we could do a whole lot more, but like time is of essence, and we'll call it a day.
This is Giva.